Ooh, fancy.
Exactly. All right, everyone. Welcome to Masculine Geek number 86. And I have, was it 86? Yeah. Let me go over here and actually edit the banner correctly. 86. Save that and show. There we go. Okay. So Masculine Geek number 86, The Village by the Sea pre-adventure live stream D&D with Raul Tomasi as DM, and take it away, sir.
Right. Cool. All right. Today we're going to definitely get into combat. So before I even start getting into everything, I need to know what you guys are wearing, armor wise and weapons wise. So let's just go around the table. Grout, you're wearing what kind of armor?
I have chainmail.
Chainmail, okay.
And I have my strapped across my back where my pack is my greatsword. And then at my hip is my axe or throwing axe.
Okay, and greatsword is damage wise is 1d10.
Actually, no, they changed it for fifth. It's two. It used to be, I think, in 3. It's 2d6.
Okay. Just getting dice out here.
2d6 damage is 2d6 plus 6.
Okay, 2d6 plus 6.
Slashing, yeah.
Okay, good enough. That's all I need to know.
Thanks, Amos. See you soon.
Nice.
Yeah.
Spencer. What is
main weapon is Morningstar.
The Morningstar, and he still has the shield too, right?
I'm sorry, what?
And he still has the shield too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Morningstar is 1d8 plus 6.
Okay.
And then secondary weapon, I also have a light crossbow.
Okay. All right. And you're not. What armor did we say you were wearing?
Chainmail.
Chainmail. Again. Okay. So the rusty chainmail. And let's see. Drew.
All right.
Gray guy.
I was supposed to have the Brigandine armor, but I couldn't find it in the software that I'm using to set up.
Okay, you don't have to worry about it. It's probably not going to be there because it's something that I don't even think was even included in first edition. Brigandine is technically, it's like a halfway point between like a plate armor, but it's covered with with leather, with studded leather. So it would be, I would say it would be 1 point above studded leather.
Okay, actually, let me check and see if they've got studded leather in here, because I chose ring-mail because it was the closest to what you had suggested the AC would be.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see. They should have studded, and or studded. It's actually only showing 12 for the AC for that.
So kick it up 1 from studded.
Okay. Maybe there's a way I could make this +1. Anyways, we'll just remember that it's.
I'm writing these down so we can go. I want things to move quickly. When I do combat, by the way, it's like if you're talking in combat, I presume you're talking in combat. So if you're trying to direct traffic, or you're saying, "Hey, get that guy," then I'm going to presume you're saying, "Get that guy."
Okay.
All right. And
for the weapons, I have a mace and a shield.
Okay, mace and shield, and you also have a hammer too, like a lucerne hammer. I think.
Yes.
Second is your backup. Okay, good enough. All right, we're gonna put Lupo in padded armor. So that's probably the best he can. That's probably the only thing he's really proficient in, that he can move around in, that gives him a reasonable protection.
The only thing he can actually lift.
Yeah. He will also have let's say a footman's hammer as well. And then in his other hand, he's got a staff with, he's got a bullseye lantern that's attached to the staff. So he's going to be sort of, he's going to be a link boy for you guys. Nice. Which is, he's there to just sort of hand you stuff or to keep the lights on, sort of
Not
thing.
to be confused with the piss boy.
Yeah, he's not the piss boy. Okay. Aldemar, you are in leather or chainmail?
I'm in leather. I don't think I have any chainmail. I don't. I have a longbow, longsword, and a dagger.
Okay. And did we give you any magical bonuses to the longsword? I know. I gave you
Yeah, you gave me
I gave you 8
+2.
plus 2 arrows, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. I have a longsword +1.
Also, I have archery
Plus-
fighting
plus-
style. That's +2 bonus to attack rolls when I use ranged weapons.
Right.
Shit. Forgot about that. I got to mark that down. It's actually +7 damage.
Yeah, I just gave myself studded +1, so
Okay.
we'll pretend it's not magical armor for the sake of the mechanics, but that's just for the sake of keeping track of the numbers easily.
Okay. Let's see. And then Aldemar. So you have. I know that I gave you 8 plus 2 arrows, so that's part. And then you also have a healing potion as well.
Oh, that's right. That is
Yeah,
true.
that's in the last one. And then Sled, you are in hot leather hot
I'm in,
pants
leather
and
Leather hot pants.
Good
Yeah.
time at the gay club last night. Yes.
manhole.com. So you're in leather. You're in leather.
Well, my original I got leather armor 11 plus D, but then I have a note here. You just want to give me old school level 6 leather armor.
Okay.
And then for my weapons, I have a rapier,
Okay.
dagger, and a short bow.
Good. All right. And we didn't give you any magical
Loaded
bonuses
dice.
for that one, so that's okay. We'll work on that. All right. So here's the deal. I want you guys to make sure that you are like the thing about first edition is you got to be really careful because like I said, environment and traps and just shenanigans will kill you just as fast as critters will too. So we're gonna get into some other stuff today, but first of all I wanted to pick up where we left off, which was you guys sort of leaving towards you were getting through the forest, the Sus Forest, and you haven't had any encounters thus far except for the weather. The weather kind of has sucked. It's been sort of off and on drizzle. Again, this is fall, so as you work your way towards the coast, things get even a little bit more drizzly, but right now you're at the edge of the forest and you're spending sort of the last night before you move into you can see where the city of Highport is from where you're at, from your vantage point. You've managed to avoid patrols of mostly gnolls at this point, but you haven't had any run-ins with them, just because Aldemar's with you and he sort of knows how they operate. So the last night that you're there, you're in camp, and I need to. You're going to have to. Let's see. Aldemar will be taking last watch for the night watch, and I need you. Let's see, Grot. I need you to roll a Constitution check.
All right. Remember my Constitution here. So I have a +3. That's nice. My easy roller dice cup.
Let me pull you up here too because I got your sheet.
Son of a bitch. 9 + 3.
Okay, you're out.
12.
You're sleeping. You're asleep. Sin, I need you to roll a Constitution check.
And everyone who's watching, very quickly, Rob is here in spirit. He will not be joining us, and Rala will be playing his character.
Running him.
Yep.
I rolled an 8.
8. Okay, you are having kind of fitful sleep right now, but you're asleep. And Drew, Gray,
Right.
roll a Constitution check.
Constitution check. I'll help if I have my dice over here. Shit, 11, and let's see. My Constitution is not very good. I think I am. Oh no, I got a +1, so 12.
12. Okay, you're still asleep right now.
Okay.
And let's see, Aldemar, you are awake, and Sled, you roll a Constitution check.
9.
9. You are way asleep. Okay. All right, Spencer, I need you to roll a perception check right now. You're the only one who was wild card. Oh, and I need to roll for
Gotta
Sarah.
find my big D20.
You said perception check?
Just perception check is fine.
Nat 20,
Okay.
which would be a 22.
All right. And let me get Sarah up here. Where's Sarah's stuff? And I will roll for Sarah because I am running his character today. Okay, Sarah's dead asleep. All right, Spencer, during the night, as you're sleeping, and Aldemar, you're awake right now taking watch, so I don't need to roll for you. Spencer, Sin, while you are sleeping, you have a vision. And in that vision, you can smell. It's a very vivid vision. Okay, so you can actually you have the impression of smelling, sort of like a wild animal in your vision, and you have the impression that you're waking up, although you know you're still asleep, and off into sort of the distance where you've been sort of, I guess, staking out the city of Highport. Across I don't want to say it's moors, but it's more like field land or like plains land that's kind of wet and marshy right now. In your dream, you see 2 wolves out on the plains, and they're looking at you. And they are kind of smelling at you. They look rather large wolves.
Okay. Is this a lucid dream where I can react?
Yeah.
I guess I start to walk towards that. Are they within walking distance?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Aldemar, I need you to do a perception check as well. I can't hear you. You got you're muted right now.
16 plus 5, so 21.
Okay. You're up in a tree right now, just so you have a higher vantage point so that you can look down on the campfire's all smoldered and everything. It's getting on towards very early morning, like around 4 a.m., let's just say, our time. And it's still kind of dark outside. You can just see just a hint of lights coming up. And you notice that Sin is standing up and looks like he's trying to see something, but you can't tell if he's like sleepwalking or there's something going on with him.
Okay, I'm going to call out to him.
Okay. Spencer, I need you to do a constitution check.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
19.
Okay. In your dream, you think you hear someone's voice calling to you in your dream.
Can I tell the direction would be behind me or more towards the wolves that I'm going to go?
It's kind of surrounding you at this point. So it's kind of hard to tell which direction it's coming from. And again, you're not sure if this is a sort of a lucid dream or if this is a dream or whatever this is.
I would still move towards the wolves.
Okay.
Maybe I might start to go a little bit faster.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Aldemar, I need you to do a perception check right now.
Okay. 11. Oh, sorry.
All right. It looks as if Spencer or Sin is looking out towards the plains lands towards where the city is. And you're not sure, but you can sort of make out some hazy images of what look like maybe wolves or dogs or some sort of largish quadruped animal that's out in the fields.
Okay, I'm gonna draw my bow, so I'll have an arrow, not knocked, but just ready. And then I start calling out to everyone else.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Vince, roll Constitution check.
You need me to roll Constitution? Okay.
Yeah.
5.
Okay, you're asleep.
Snoring loudly.
Go ahead and roll Constitution.
9 again.
And you are still asleep. And Drew, go ahead.
18.
18.
19.
You kind of rustle around. You can hear something calling to you. You're not sure if it's where it's coming from, but you're just coming into consciousness. And as you do, you see Sin sort of kind of wandering towards the actually, hold on one second. You see him wandering towards the plains lands that is sort of in drizzle right now. It's early morning, so you can't really make much out. There's not much light to actually see. Do a perception check for me real quick.
12. Let's see what my perception. So my passive perception, let's see, 14. So perception, that'd be wisdom. So I've got +4 on that. So that'd be 16.
16. Okay. You see what look like two large wolves out on the plains, and they're looking at Sin right now. They look larger. You're not really sure. They don't look like mutated. They're not like wargs or anything. You would know what a warg would look like. They're actually kind of look like, say, winter wolves, but they're certainly forest wolves, and they're fairly large. Spencer, now I need you to do a wisdom check at this point.
Wisdom. 14.
Okay. Now you are now awake, and you see in front of you in the mist two wolves that are not in your dream. They're actually right there in front of you.
Holy shit.
And you can with your hearing, you can hear sort of like kind of a growl, like a territorial growl from the wolves. They're not like posting up on you or anything like that, but they look like they're looking at you. And
Can you hear that over my
they're
snore?
definitely smelling you from this range.
So can I see them can I confirm that that's actually what I'm seeing from my position?
Yeah, then do a wisdom check. Let's see.
It's an 8.
8. Okay, so you can just see that. You can see them in the mist. You know that they're there. You actually hear the growls. There, you can with your ranger skills, you can tell they're probably about 40 yards off.
40 yards off
from where I should say that 40 yards off from where Sin is right now.
Okay. I'm gonna fire an arrow at least one of them.
Oh shit.
Okay.
So which?
You're gonna roll D20.
D20. Okay.
They're not. They haven't noticed where you. They don't know that you're there right now. So
does Sin see this attempt?
No, he's behind you.
Okay.
And the tree's behind you.
So I got
You're on the edge.
So I fired. It was I rolled a 7. So I've got the +2 attack, and then there's the +2 bonus to attack rolls. So that's I think 4. So that'd be an 11 total.
Okay, so the arrow falls. Well, I shouldn't say falls short. It comes within hitting distance, but the mist is sort of throwing your aim off right now. Okay. They startle a little bit, and they back up probably another 5 or 10 yards.
Okay, I scream again to everyone to get up.
Okay, Grot, go ahead and roll Constitution check again.
Nap geriatrics is over.
And you
4
too.
hour naps. Wake me when it's time to eat. All right, so we got finally 18, so 21.
Okay, you're awake. Something's going on. You're not really sure what's going on right now. You see Sin sort of staring out at the.
What fuck? What go on?
Okay, Sled, what'd you get?
It's like the house by the sea in New Jersey. I rolled a 2, and I'm going to take some naps and faps.
So you basically gay-handed it.
You're still asleep. Okay, and Drew, you're up. You're seeing this right now, so you're kind of just are kind of sitting on your haunches right now, looking at what's going on. Lupo's still very much asleep.
I slap Lupo upside the head.
Okay, I don't need to roll a wisdom check. I don't need to roll Constitution.
Knock him off his feet.
Am I able to reach Sin from where I'm standing? Would I be
he's about Sin's about 10 yards away from you, maybe 15 yards away from you.
Okay, so I would not be able since I'm.
You won't be able to reach him like your hand.
I
You
could only
could
go half that
you could kind of move over towards where he is.
Okay, so I slap Lupo,
Okay.
and then I
He wakes up.
start making my way slowly and also staying behind Sin so that I'm trying to avoid being within the line of sight of these wolves.
Okay. So with that said, Sin, you now see these wolves in front of you. They look like other than the fact that they're very, very large, they seem like normal wolves, and they haven't really postured at you or like gone into attack mode or anything. They're looking at you in a way that let's just say it, they're staring you down, or they're sizing you up. That's a better word for it.
I think at this point Sin would start to unwrap his hands a little bit,
Mhm.
and his shoulders would kind of crack, and he would kind of get maybe a little bit more hunched over, kind of in a posturing style. And I think he would he'd be more of a and you just hear like a resonating growl coming back, kind of directed at those ones, kind of saying, "This campsite is mine."
Okay. I'm going to consider that an intimidation check. So let's what am I rolling on? Let's do wisdom. Roll a wisdom check for that, or a intimidation check. So it's your wisdom and whatever your bonuses are for your wisdom.
18.
18.
Nice.
Okay. One of the wolves kind of like looks like it kind of like does one of these kind of things. And then the other wolf turns around and they both kind of trot off into the mist.
What that about?
I don't know. I'll be back. I'm gonna go try to follow him.
Or be back.
Okay, so are you gonna pursue?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where you go?
I have to see where they're going.
Who care? They gone.
I do.
They cheese. I'm hungry.
They smell me. And
well, you smell. Yes, you stink.
I guess kind of in that like I guess the best way to describe it would be like he's running towards them, but it's not a full sprint. It's more of a like a prepared kind of thing, but it's as fast as he can. More of a I
loop?
guess you would see. Well, yeah, it would kind of start as a run, and then you would see that it gets faster as he's farther away from you. It becomes.
Okay, Aldemar, you see Sin sort of trot into the mist after these things. Vince, you don't even know where you went.
What happened?
Gray, you see Sin kind of trot off into the mist, and Sled. Nobody's trying to wake up Sled, so you're still.
I'm gonna go. I slap. I get up.
Why would you do that to me? I'm just trying to sleep and get some good rest.
All right, I get
man.
up and I poke. I poke with my foot. Sled.
Okay.
Wake up.
Sarah's still sleeping, not too far from where Sled is too.
All right, I'll poke him awake as well. Get up, Wolf. Wolf. Wolf.
Okay, so Sin, you follow out towards where you last saw them, and from there you pick up a path or some kind of trail through the scrubland and the really more like kind of dead plains, like grassland. But remember, it's fall, so it's just dead grass at this point. But it's all the rain's not like pouring down, but it's just sort of misty drizzle right now.
Can I smell anything?
You can smell you can smell that there were wolves there,
but
you're familiar with. So
would I be able to follow that smell?
You might. Aldemar, you see him go off. You guys see him go off. What do you want to do?
Call out to him and tell him to come back. He doesn't know what he's getting himself into.
All right. What do you say?
Come back.
Come back, Shane.
All right. Sin, you do hear that. So
No, too close. They should have known.
you don't see any sign of where the wolves are. The wolves are as far as you know, they're gone or they've moved off into the mist.
I'm not moving because I'm in a.
You're in a tree right now.
I have the high ground, so.
Nice.
I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna yell. Is Sled still asleep?
No,
he's up now. He's awake. Sarah's awake now as well.
So one of you guys go grab him and bring him back because we have no idea how many other wolves there are. It could be a trap. There could be others hiding in the grass or in the mist.
This is not my party.
Anybody want to go after him?
Well, I'm already headed in that direction. So
okay. So yeah, you're actually the furthest one out at this point. So you could sort of trot off after him. Lupo's just getting up and starting the lantern.
So I am running up and I call to him when I'm just a few feet behind him.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay. So you move up behind him. What do you say?
Sin.
You see Sin kind of like he's sort of in a daze, like maybe he just woke up. Like he's conscious, but he's just sort of like he looks like he's in his own little world.
I don't want him to backhand me and knock me down. So I am going to go up along. Can I catch up where I'm alongside him, where I'm just out of his reach?
Yes, he is not even well, he's aware of that you're there, but his attention is elsewhere.
Okay. Is there anything on the ground like a pebble or a stick or something I might be able to pick up?
Yeah, there's various rocks around.
I pick up a small rock and I toss it at his head.
Okay.
Just lightly.
Okay, Sin. Well, actually, roll to hit.
15.
Okay, it bounces off. Now, Sin, you're vaguely aware that you've been hit by a small pebble from the right side.
I guess, Rilla, how irritated am I about these wolves?
Well, considering that you saw them in your dream state, it kind of freaked you out a little bit.
Am I pretty, like, I guess I'm saying how aggressive would he get?
Kind of like, let's just say, kind of like another animal sizing up another animal.
Okay. So I feel that hit.
Yeah, just a little.
And I would spin kind of in a more of a like lean forward, like arms out to the side.
Drew, he turns around a little bit, slightly startled, looks at you.
Okay, I take a step back and I put my hands up and I say, "Hold! Where are you going?"
Those wolves, too close. We have to find where they are. They should know not to be that close.
Oh, how many were there?
2 and 4. 2 in my dreams that were the same when I awoke. This is a bad sign.
Have you been drinking?
You having a lemonade?
Father, we've been together for a while now. You know the answer to that is yes.
Well, we should probably head back. If there were 2, there may be more around. You know, they're ambush predators.
I can handle 2 of them.
Well, I'm old and I can't, and I'd rather not be filling some wolves' bellies anytime soon. Much less end up a steaming pile of wolf dung.
I think dream wolves are different. There's something. I don't know if it was a challenge or a trap, but I'm going to find out.
Sled, when you're back at the camp there, You notice that Saro is a little dazed. He's having trouble sort of waking up himself.
I'm
Well,
a little
yeah,
dazed as well. I'll kind of get over there and just slap him right across the
Okay.
face. I mean, is he how dazed is
Well,
he?
he's groggy, put it that way.
Okay, I slap him right across the
Okay.
face, like, dude, get up.
All right, when you slap his face, he looks at you like, oh.
There's trouble. Let's go.
Oh. He's like, I thought, never mind. That's what he says.
Wolves?
He's like, what about wolves? Is there wolf?
There's wolves out here now.
Oh, okay. All right. So, Sin, are you going to make your way back, or what are you going to do?
No, I'm looking for these fucking wolves.
Okay. Well, you're looking for the wolves, and you found a pathway or a trail of some sorts. It looks like it has been, it's muddy right now because of the rainfall, but it looks as if I'll say it's like a game trail. So it looks like either animals or something with heavy footfall has gone this way before. I should say this. It's leading towards Highport, the city of Highport.
This is where the gamer in me goes, check for traps. But I don't think Sin's in a mind where he would be checking for such things. I think he's still on that aggressive. It's very bothersome to him that they were that close. And it bothers him because he doesn't dream. So to have that happen to him is a driving force. So he's gonna keep looking. He feels like something is important to have this. So cautiously more predatory than just blind rushing, but he's hunting these wolves.
Okay. Lupo has the lantern up now, so you guys can see about 30 feet from where you're at right now. With some clarity anyways.
Are we all following?
I don't know. What are you doing? Alamar, you are still in the tree right now. Saro and Sled are together. Saro just kind of slapped Sled awake, or excuse me, other way around. And Gray is nowhere to be found. He had gone on after Sin.
So Gray and Sin.
Yeah, you're with Sin right now.
All right, so Gray and Sin are out of the camp. And
Gray, you can see a light off about 40, maybe 50 yards from where you're at right now.
Behind us in the camp?
Behind you in the camp.
Okay.
So I grab bells really loud for these two fuckers.
Okay.
Where
so
at?
Okay, so you're gonna yell out for him?
Yeah.
Okay.
When he bellows, I stop moving and I look around. Do I see or hear anything in the woods or the brush around?
Your perception check.
16 plus. It's my plus 4. So
Plus 4. So you're unnatural 20. You don't hear anything rustling around or moving around at this time. You just hear. You hear something. You can't even really make it out all that much, but you hear somebody yelling from behind you. It's probably Grodd.
Okay.
Sounds like Grodd.
French fried potatoes.
So I turn back and I stay just a few, maybe about 10 feet behind Sin.
Okay. Sin is kind of like hunched over, and he's smelling the air right now, which actually smells like salt air.
Okay.
There's some salt on the air, and that's also sort of confusing you as you don't know really where the scent begins and it ends because of the salt air. Sin.
Father, you might want to get your sun god prepared.
The Lord is always with us.
He's always with you.
Alamar, what do you want to do?
Well, am I within speaking range of Gray?
Yes. Yes, you're in a copse of trees that is pretty close to where the rest of these guys are.
Okay, great. We gotta pull everybody together and get organized because we have no idea how many other wolves there are out there.
Okay.
They can be coming around to come up and sneak up on us.
Okay, Lupo says wolves, and so he starts grabbing stuff and starts putting stuff in packs and everything. So he's basically breaking camp.
Is Lupo the Don Knotts of the group?
He's 15. Come on.
A little Dutch on nuts.
Yeah,
He's allowed one crossbow.
he's not done. He hasn't done this before.
Okay. Can I grab like a handful of his cloak or belt, or just tug a little bit to try to get to Sin's attention?
Yeah, Sin, you feel a tug from around. Let's just say on your shoulder. He's grabbing you from your chainmail.
Let go.
We need to get back to camp. We don't know what's out here.
You hear Grad bellowing again.
Okay. So, Grat, you're gonna yell again.
Yeah.
These wolves together and safer.
Where are you?
Okay, you kind of hear where are you kind of muffled off in the distance. Gray.
Oh boy, do I call? Okay, I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to call back. Gratz, this way.
So you hear that called out to you. You hear your name.
What that mean?
Oh shit! I probably shouldn't have used names.
This retarded. Come back to camp. Stop playing.
So Sled, Sarah's with you going, what the hell's going on?
I don't know. Let's go over there and help him out.
What?
Because I'm still groggy myself.
Yeah, you're still waking up.
I don't know. I had a beautiful dream of bar wench, but let's go see what these guys are up to.
What do you want to do, Grot?
This is stupid. All right. Let's break camp.
Lupo has you already almost halfway broke right now. So.
All right. Lupo, smart one. Let's follow fools. Tired of this. Wake me up. Let's go.
Okay. Lupo has he's got the bullseye lantern is on the kind of like a staff with a little hook on it, and it's sort of dangling off of it right now. So you guys can see what you're doing, basically.
We lost Almar.
Okay, he'll come back. Sure, he'll come back. There he is. Almar, what do you want to do? You're still in the trees. Are you going to jump down, or what are you going to do?
I'm going to jump down.
Okay. So now you're all on ground level, right around the camp. The only people you're missing right now is Sin and Gray, and Lupo has pretty much everything done up by now. He's very quick at this.
Right. I'm going to keep my bow out with an arrow and ready, and then keep moving and kind of gathering everybody around.
Okay.
That way we can and then telling everybody to stay alert. And also I want to check the surrounding. I probably should have done this before I jumped off the tree, but looking around.
Okay.
So I want to do a perception check.
Good. Go ahead.
Oh, nice. 1 second. Perception. I rolled a 19 plus 5, so 24.
Okay. So your perception check is this. You can smell the salt air just as well as anybody else, so you must be getting close to the coast. You can hear what sounds like crashing waves off in the distance. And other than that, the only thing that you hear beyond that is like the sound of birds. That, and you keep listening to Grat bellow every. Which kind of spoils things, but that's okay.
Basically,
shut up, Grats.
Look, you.
Shut up, Megs. So let's just keep moving forward. Let's. Is there anybody who's able to? I hear the sound of the coast, but I can't see it. Or
yeah.
wave.
Right. Well, it's too dark right now. So
Yeah. So
Light.
we should keep moving. We got to move, but we need to basically find the coast.
We have to move toward two fools.
Yeah, we got to follow them. Stay spread out.
okay.
Keep moving.
And that
All right.
makes
So
sense.
you guys can break camp and move up to where Gray and Sin are right now.
I'm
And
just going to
sometimes
crash.
Sin seems like very preoccupied. He's like barely aware that you're there, and he's kind of sniffing around, looking around. You now, Aldemar, you as a ranger, you instantly recognize this path. There's a trail in front of you. Do a perception check, and barring that, I'm gonna have to
22.
22. Okay. As a ranger, you would have fieldcraft too. Give me another wisdom check as well.
Wisdom check. Okay. 12. 14. I also forgot to mention I have natural explorer, so related to terrain type ×2 proficiency bonus for INT. I think intelligence and wisdom checks.
Yes.
For difficult terrain. Just
yes. Okay. So in the mud, you can see paw prints in the mud. Another thing you also see is what it looks like footprints in it of some humanoid. You're not really sure if it's a human or it could be. Well, remember, there's still orcs around here too, so you can make an educated guess that it might be orcs or maybe even gnolls. Gnolls would actually look like a paw print as well. So it looks as if there is some sort of travel on this pathway here.
Gotcha. Let's follow it, but again, let's stay alert and watch out for. How high what's the terrain like?
It's like I said, it's plains land from where you're at, but ahead of you, since you've already been here before, you know that there's kind of like I won't say dunes, but it's more like a hillock kind of thing, where you're going up. It's a little bit, I don't say rolling hills, I guess.
Okay.
From where you're at, you know well enough because this was part of your scouting mission when you were first out here.
Okay.
Before.
Cool.
Okay.
So we're gonna head up this path and just again stay on alert. But since it's not high grass, we don't have to worry about them popping out of nowhere.
Okay.
I'll take the point, and if Sled, if you want to take the rear.
Rear.
Do you want to take the rear, Sled?
Sled's known to like the rear. Yeah, whatever.
I go up to him and I kick him in the side and say, "Wake up!
I'm up.
Okay. He's awake. He's awake.
You're not putting rum in your coffee this morning."
It's not the
Release
boss
the
of me.
Kraken.
I'm just I'll do it the way I feel like it.
We're gonna start heading up that path.
Okay. You travel on this path that is leading towards where you know is the city of Highport. Now, as you get closer, you notice that the footprints tend to increase a little bit, or what you think are footprints, because again, it's kind of mushy and muddy right here. So you're having trouble making out what exactly they are, but you're definitely on some sort of either a game trail or this is some way that that people or things have been walking. You get pretty close to the side of where the main, well, I say the back entrance, let's say, because the city of Hillport it's got a barrier, it's got a wall around it.
Right.
It used to be in much better use. It's pretty much a ruin right now. The walls are, it's not keeping out much, let's put it that way. But you do know that when you get up closer, you can see lights along the wall. And you see, as the light sort of comes up, because now we're talking about like maybe 5 a.m. and 5:30 or so in the morning, and you got some gray light to see in. You can see that there are humanoids of some sort along the wall. You're fairly confident that they're human. Sin, give me a wisdom check.
11.
Okay. You think that they're probably human. You can catch a little bit of scent in the air that you're fairly confident that they're human along the walls. And then there is a main gate, and it is in disrepair. It's not holding anybody in or out. I'll just give it to you. There's probably some guards there. There's probably some people there, but it's not a well-defended, well-guarded entrance into a hill port or a high port. And so you guys are sort of at a hillock right now, sort of observing this, and you're not seeing any real foot traffic going in or out. You'll see the occasional humanoid along the tops of the walls. And again, they're in disrepair. You also know that now you can hear some coastline. You hear some beach, like waves crashing on a beach or something. And let's see. Drew, I need you to do me a knowledge check.
Okay.
Okay.
16. Let me see what my knowledge. Yes, knowledge. You mean wisdom check?
That'll work.
Okay, wisdom. I got a +4, so that's 20.
Okay, and you would +4 for the. Okay, so you know that the outer walls face inland, and that the walls would wrap up to the coast, because you know that it's everybody knows this. It's a high port is a port city, so there are docks and it's at least previously there was. Because remember, this is all after the last war, so you're not really 100% sure what the situation is in there.
Okay. I relay this to whoever's standing close to me. I say, these walls probably extend out to the sea. Maybe we should scout up and down and look for an area that may not be as well guarded, a breach in the wall.
What do you think, Sled?
I agree. Let's go.
Lupo still has the lantern. He's turned it off so he can conserve fuel because you don't need it in the daylight. Obviously,
What happened?
Aldemar, you've been here before, or you've checked the walls before.
Right.
So going in the back entrance is probably not a problem, but you could look for sort of openings in the wall if you wanted to go through that way.
Okay, I'm gonna do a perception check for.
Okay.
Not the greatest, but okay. Rolled a 17.
Okay. So you know that you could probably just walk straight in if you wanted to, although you might get some questions. You also know that there is some torn down areas of the wall that are, they would be towards the north end, or excuse me, you guys are coming from the north, so it would be the south end of the wall itself.
Okay, so how do we want to do this, guys? We want to go through the main gate. Fine, I'll do all the talking. If not, we can sneak in. Then we don't have to answer any questions. We want to keep a lower profile. What are your thoughts?
That's fine. That work.
Grandpa?
You've been here before. I'd say just talk to the guards. Let's just walk in.
That's good. Do we have a plausible cover story, a reason that we're here?
Well, that's one of the things I'm wondering is, how much do we really want to tell them about what we're doing?
Well, nothing. But we don't have to be honest.
Keep
We're
moving.
gonna go through the wall. I'm not in the mood for doing any talking because Aldemar's a quiet guy. He actually doesn't really say much. So we're going to just avoid talking. We're going to go through the wall. Let's do it.
Okay. So you want to go through the ruined part of the wall?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. It takes you probably another hour to get up to that point, or I should say down to that point, because you're going south. And all right. So you get there. And you could probably single file, like one at a time. You can get up and through this one sort of broke down. It's kind of like broke down into it. So you could probably cross over one at a time into it.
Okay.
Now, you notice that there are patrols, but they're very loose and you can't tell A lot of they look human enough. Let's just say. Most of them are wrapped up in like heavy clothing because of the weather right now, like hoods and cowls and stuff like that.
It's still pretty dark out, right?
Yes, it's about 6 a.m. right now, and the drizzle's kind of slacked off a little bit.
Gotcha. All right. So how far are we in the walls right now? Are we on the other side?
Yeah, you can single file. You can get in through the walls, and you haven't run into any patrols. Sin, do me a wisdom check again, Sin. And Grot, give me a wisdom check as well.
Just straight up, or based on like perception?
Just straight up. Just straight up.
Yeah. +1. Straight up.
17.
Okay.
8.
Okay. Sin, you can smell something that's a little off about the guards that you see walking around. And again, they don't look like they're really formidable. They're just kind of like they're like sort of killing time almost. Grot, occasionally you hear one of the humans that you think are humans use an orcish word occasionally.
Do I recognize? I would assume I recognize the word, right?
Yes. You hear things like food or slaves or this sucks.
So we walking into bad area. This is not good. Grad uneasy.
I take it are you going to relate this to the rest of your friends?
Yeah, I say that out loud. This is not something wrong. Grad uneasy.
Okay.
He draws his greatsword.
Okay.
He's not.
Wait, do these guards even?
They don't know you're there. Nobody knows you're there. You guys have been complete stealth right now. In fact, most of them don't seem like they're all that like into what they're doing.
Yeah.
Is any one of them far? Is any one of them like a girl TJ would go after, far from the herd, limping along, weak, vulnerable?
Not yet. No, nothing like that. Nothing as much as that. They seem to have some sort of pole arm, like a halberd or a fork of some sort.
No, I mean, is there one drifting away? Are they all together, or is there one that's like
they usually come in groups of 2s and 3s.
Okay.
He's looking for the one that's like taking a piss in a corner.
Right. Yeah.
That's
waiting for a straggler.
He's saying this out loud.
It's fairly early in the morning too, so. Let's see, Aldemar, you can smell like something's burning somewhere, like maybe a campfire or something is cooking somewhere.
Yeah. Well, being a ranger, I don't like orcs, so I disregard the half-breeds comment about it. But I'm still outwardly, but inside, I'm thinking, okay, I'm looking around. Actually, I'll roll for perception.
Okay.
Something not right.
That's awful. 12.
Okay. You notice towards the center of the town, or what passes for a town. Much of it is in ruins, but some of it has been rebuilt. You're noticing that there are certain like buildings and things that look like they have signs of recent construction that's built on top of what was the old ruins of what the city was before. So as you're looking, you notice that there's one very large edifice that is in the center of this. Beyond that big edifice, and it's a stone edifice. It looks something like a temple, and or what could have been a temple. Again, it is in ruins, but it has signs of recent construction. So it looks as if it's been broken down or burned in a lot of different areas. From what you can tell, it's fairly large. You're only seeing it from one side, from the back side of it right now. Okay. Off beyond that is where the docks are, and that's where a majority of people are congregating.
Okay. Well,
but there is this is most definitely some sort of former temple.
Okay. So is that I guess is that because we're sent out on a mission
Mhm.
to. Is it? I'm trying to just get my bearings straight on this.
Mhm.
So this is where we're going, and this is where we came from originally.
This you were meant to go find a temple, and it would appear that you have found a temple. Drew, I need you to do a knowledge check, and I need you to do a religion check.
Okay, so shit, natural one for the first one. I rolled a 1.
Okay, so that's your knowledge check. Your knowledge check is the only thing you basically know is that you know where you're at, and there's a large building in front of you that looks kind of like an old temple. What's your religion check?
I got 18 for religion.
18, okay.
So
you notice that this I wish you would have got something better on the knowledge check, but
22 actually with the total at the bottom.
Okay, so you realize that this temple is in some way dedicated to a sea goddess.
Okay.
Or an old sea goddess from the old world before the last war.
I mentioned this to the rest of that this temple. It's vaguely
fish.
It reminds me of one of the older sea goddesses from
fish
before the war. Fish, yes, fish goddess.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to do one real quick here for Sarah too.
It's stink here.
All right. So Sarah realizes that this is a temple dedicated to an old sea goddess that he does not know the name to because of the architecture, and then also it's pretty close to the sea. So it follows.
That makes sense.
Right. Okay. So you are on what looks like the back side of this. That you could do. There's no entrance that you can see right in front of you. It's about 100 yards off from where you're at right now. And there's some cover, there's some scrubland, there's some dilapidated buildings that don't look like there's anybody in there. They look like the ruins of the old city.
Mm-hmm. Grad hungry.
We're always hungry to have food.
Pretty much. You got your bow ready? Something not right here. And smell of fish.
Gray, do you see anything?
16s for 4, so I got 20 for perception. I'm looking around. Do I notice anything odd?
Not really. There are a few people walking around. Some of them look human. Let's just put it that way. They seem to be milling about, or they look like they might be waiting for something. You definitely see some what look like probably sailors of some sort. They're carrying ropes and things with them. But they're fairly far off from where you're at right now. Nobody's really noticed you, and you guys are fairly, with the exception of Lupo, you guys are fairly nondescript.
Okay.
So this is a public place, and there's people milling about.
Mm-hmm.
What is
Lupo? Look like they're doing some kind of. There's more and more as the morning gets brighter. Let's just say. So right now you're about 6:30.
Oh boy, I was going to say we should go to a tavern.
Time to eat.
Listen in and try to collect some gossip. But what is Lupo wearing right now that makes
his padded armor? He's still kind of muddy
Is he still carrying that fucking lantern?
No, he's got it off. He's got the staff, but the lantern he's got now.
Okay, I whispered to Lupo to keep your mouth shut and let us do any talking. If anybody asks you anything, we'll tell them you're mute.
He says,
"That's funny."
Yes, father.
Is there a bar or tavern anywhere nearby?
You're in the back side of this thing. I mean, you could probably look around to see, but as you're coming around let's say it would be the north side of this thing. Again, you look up at the top of this temple, and again, it looks as if the ceiling of it, as you get closer to it, it looks as if the ceiling of it has been collapsed in, but then there's parts of it that look like it might be rebuilt. Okay, as you guys are going by, I'll give you guys a shot at this. Sled, you're the first one. So, Sled, do a perception check as you're coming around from the east side to the north.
a whopping. Where'd it go? Where's my perception? Oh, here it is. No, it's not. Perception.
It's
8.
under P.
Okay.
I know.
You see a lot of foot traffic that ends at one part of, it looks like it's not a trail so much as it is foot traffic that leads up to one side of the wall, and then it ends on the side of the wall. Now,
I pointed out.
I need Aldemar. I need you to do a perception check as well.
Okay. Lousy. 10.
10. Okay. You notice the tracks, but you don't notice where they lead up to. Sin, I need you to do a perception check.
9.
You smell.
He's still wondering where the fuck those
you smell
wolves
horses
went.
now, and you know what a horse smells like.
Horse shit. Manure.
I smell horses.
Let me roll for
Which
Sin.
way you smell horse or horses?
Horses.
Horse.
All right, Sarah points to where you're looking at right now, Sled, and he's pointing to what looks like some kind of debris or wood, or maybe some. It looks like a very hastily piled up bunch of dried branches and something that's leaning against the wall to where the footprints lead up to on the side of the wall. Sin, on the opposite side where you guys are, you guys are up and around, you're noticing what look like wooden doors along. It's about 60 yards, maybe 70 yards ahead from where you are, but you notice some look like stable doors that are kind of swinging on the side of the temple right now.
Try to kind of sneak up to see what's to confirm my nostrils telling me it's horses.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you're fairly certain it's a stable of some sorts. Grot, what are you doing? You see all this going on.
Grot's hungry. He wants a tavern, but he's still a little nervous from what he heard. He's not sure of himself with all this bullshit going on around him. That's just like everything's falling down. So he's trying to remain alert. I'm going to roll a perception, see if he sees anything. Oh, I rolled a 19 +1. I got a 20. So Does he see anything like that? It would be odd for Grot.
You hear kind of a let's say a broken form of orc language coming from the stables.
Like retarded orc or just like dialect?
Just kind of like it's it's orcish, but it's sort of like in an accent or a dialect that's
like a water boy orc.
Entirely familiar with.
All right, so
you can tell there's some orc words in there that you're picking up on.
All right, so in as much as Grot can whisper, he kind of he wants to gather everybody around. Come hither, here.
Lupo,
come over here.
What? His eyes are like you can see the whites of his eyes.
All right, stop that. 1, stop that. 2, orc voice, strange sounding in stable. Something odd.
Sled, Aldemar, you see where you're at right now. You see something is piled up, like a bunch of debris is piled up against that side of the wall, which looks strange to you because it's not. It doesn't look like there's any entrance ways or anything along this. Certainly not this side, and the walls are pretty high. From we're talking like 20 or 30 feet high from where you're at right now.
It's a movable door. I'd like to go and investigate that pile of debris.
Okay, give me a perception check, and I have something for you.
9 again.
Jesus Christ!
I'm sorry, I'm horrible on that.
Okay, something. Well, you can definitely get up to where the side of where there's the debris right up there, and
you're bad at D&D, Aaron.
I'm very bad.
You're bad. You suck.
You suck.
Where's my percentage dice? There it is. Okay. Okay. Oh, well, that's good. All right. So as you get up there, you notice scratched into the side of the wall underneath the debris, looks like there's some kind of an icon or something that looks like a little animal. Like I can't tell if it's like a dog or something, and it kind of reminds you of something, but you can't really put your finger on it right now. But there's some sort of scratching into the wall that looks like a little four-legged dog.
I gesture to Gray to come over and say, "Make anything of that?"
Gray, roll wisdom check.
I got 19 total.
Damn, he's taking all my good rolls.
Yeah, he is taking all your good rolls.
He's all deferred to Drew.
He's good at D&D.
Drew, you realize that this has something to do, because you have experience with the guild. You realize that this has something to do with the guild. You've seen this before somewhere in the Thieves Guild back in the other town. Sorry.
Do I know what the symbol means, or just that it's a Thieves Guild symbol?
It looks like it's possibly a Thieves Guild symbol.
Oh, this appears to be.
You don't know which. You're not sure which guild, but it looks like a Thieves Guild symbol.
Yes, it looks like a Thieves Guild symbol. I can't quite make out the meaning, but it might indicate some sort of thing relevant to thieving. Maybe a passageway, perhaps a warning.
Okay.
I can't quite tell.
I want to look for a way to trigger that door.
Well, you could start by clearing some of that brush off of there.
Let's clear the brush.
Okay, so you'll clear that. Aldemar, you see all this happening. What are you doing?
I'm just maintaining kind of a whole situational awareness, but
Good.
like just waiting for some guy to just pop out of nowhere.
Okay. So you're on your guard.
Yeah, I'm on my guard.
You're watching around while these guys are screwing around. Sarah's over there helping with.
I'm actually putting away my bow and arrow, and I'm pulling, I don't have any weapon out, but I've got my hand on the hilt of my longsword.
Okay. Sin and Grot, you guys are along the side right now. You see them clearing the brush, but you also are looking up at the barracks or whatever that is. It's asking me the stables up there. And Lupo is looking around, he's actually on his guard, trying to look around as well.
I tell Lupo, you look too suspicious. Try to be more casual. Sit down over there. Pretend to be a beggar.
Act casual. Let's see. Okay, here we go. You managed to scrape away enough of this debris and shrubs and things that are sort of leaning against this side of the wall sled. And you notice that there is some kind of door that's right there. And it looks as, actually, I shouldn't say that. Aldemar, I need you to do a perception check as you're sort of watching what they're doing.
Okay. Rolled a 19, 24.
Okay. Because you have fieldcraft, you realize that the brush that has been placed against that wall looks fairly recent. Like it's been cut from the surrounding areas and put up against there.
So I'm going to go up to it, investigate it, and like try and just push it away from the wall.
Okay.
If that's
I'll help
possible.
them out. So now you clearly see that there is it looks like a wooden door, iron-bound wooden door, the side. And it looks like it's fairly recent construction. It doesn't look like it's part of any of the ruins. Maybe they were in the process of trying to conceal it better, but then they kind of, whoever was doing it just decided to say, screw it. And then they threw a bunch of crap up next to it.
So I call out to all the other guys and bring to the door to their attention.
Okay.
Oh, guys, check this out.
Okay. So Aldemar comes back to you guys, to Sin and Grot.
What give?
I just found a door over there. It looks new.
Where? Grad's looking around.
It's over by the bundle of sticks.
What?
And I'm looking at Aaron.
We go. You check it.
I haven't opened the door yet. That's why I'm calling everybody over here because I don't know what's going to be on the other side.
Where you think it lead?
I don't know. Might as well check.
Where is everybody?
Are we all by the door?
We're all by this fucking door.
By the door.
All right, so I guess we're all congregated around the door. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Well, what do we do about the guy that's in the guy we think that's in the stables though?
I heard
What if opening this door is like ding dong, motherfuckers? I prefer not to.
Can I check for a booby trap or anything like that?
Yes, you can.
Booby traps.
Thank you.
I said booby traps.
I can cast the spell Find Traps if you guys want me to cast that.
Yeah.
16.
Okay. You're about 95% sure there's no trap on this door.
Good. I generally start opening it.
Okay. You have to sort of pry it open because there's no handle for it, but you can pry it open with your dagger, and you open it up, and it leads to what looks like a stone-hewn passageway. It's about 10 feet wide, and it's about 12 feet tall. And it looks like it is something that was maybe priorly built into this temple, but has been sort of cleaned up a little bit on the inside. So the stonework that's on the inside looks, to your eyes, it looks fairly recent.
Okay.
And so it leads down, and it's dark in here.
Okay. I'm going to cast Find Traps.
Okay.
So just as I sense the presence of any trap within range within this 120 feet,
Okay.
that is within line of sight. I'm looking down the
thing. Okay.
It says a trap for the purpose. Blah, 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 blah. I can send over the link if you want. But do I detect? It also says a spell merely reveals a trap is present, but I don't learn the location of the trap. I do learn the general nature of the danger posed by a trap I sense, though.
Okay. Hang on. Give me a second. There it is. Okay. The magic of Find Traps, you realize that there is something dangerous. There's possibly traps close by.
Okay.
The danger level of the trap is fairly severe.
Oh, okay. I tell everybody, hold up.
What give?
A trap nearby, and I sense a significant danger. So we will want to proceed with caution, or
send Lupo.
All right, down the as Lupo comes in, he lights up the bullseye lantern in the corridor, and as he does, you can see down at the end of the corridor there is another door, and it is about 20 feet away from you down this corridor. Now, granted, what I'm going to ask you guys now is how you guys are marching down towards this. I need to get a marching order as we go, but you can see that there's another door at the end. Okay. And it's at the end of this 10-foot long passage is what looks obviously like a secret door of some sort. It's like the counterpart to the one you just found.
Are there any longer branches or pieces of wood sitting around outside?
No, there is no. In fact, Sled, I need you to do a perception check, but I'll tell you this part of it right now while you're doing that. There's no attempt to hide this one.
23.
Okay.
Nice.
If there's going to be a trap, it's probably here. Since you cast Find Traps. So.
Okay. By probably here, do you mean in the area of the door or between?
Within the vicinity? Well, that's the only thing that's close by.
Okay. So I tell who's in the lead right now. Who's walking out front? Is it Sled?
Yeah, you need to tell me.
Red and Sled.
I think Rod.
I'm up front.
Let's let Sled go first. He is probably the most experienced with This sled, be very cautious. I
Danger and traps. Sled, you go first.
I sense
Enough for nothing.
great.
I look back. You can stop talking, old man. I know to look out for effing traps. So I start walking.
So I need to march
looking for traps.
You can go two abreast. So two side by side. You could go two side by side, or however you want to do it.
I'm gonna. Oh wait. Let's see. No, I'm not going to cast that. That's not going to help. Never mind.
What are you doing?
All right, Sled, you're up front. Who's next?
Grat.
Grat's next to you.
Grat. Hungry, but wants kill.
Sin, you want to be after him?
I'd probably be behind Sled.
Okay. Lupo's standing next to you, Gray.
Okay.
He's a little uneasy about going into here, but he's a trooper. And you do have light right now.
From the lamp that Lupo's carrying?
Right.
Okay.
Aldemar, do me a perception check.
13.
13. Okay. Well, you from behind you, in the door you just came in, you realize that the rain's starting to come down a little bit more.
Okay.
Great.
We got to get inside.
All right. So I got Sled in front. I got Grat. I got I guess our Sarah will be there as well, and then Aldemar, you're in the back.
Yeah, I'm in the back
with Sin. Okay, and then Drew, I'm going to put you up in the center in the middle there. So, Sled, you get up to this door. Again, it looks as it. Give me one more perception check, real quick. And actually, no, give me a knowledge check. Give me a wisdom check. Go ahead.
I reckon wisdom or perception. Did you want?
Let's do No, actually, do a wisdom check.
See, Jack is now awakened in the chat. He's Lupo. Jack.
Jack is now Lupo.
Jack is here. Jack is he Jack, shows up. You want to be Lupo?
Jack, 15-year-old Blink boy. What do you do?
Okay. 14.
14. Okay. The door, like it looks as if it's recent construction, and again, it's not been intended to be hidden. Gray is saying that through his divine inspiration, he says there's probably a trap very close by, and since this is the only thing that's in front of us, it's likely that it is trapped. And the construction of it looks vaguely familiar to you.
Do I recognize that dog symbol again?
Do a knowledge check.
10.
10. It reminds you of that little gold trinket that was put in your hand back at the
kind of the same symbol that all right. I say, guys, this kind of reminds. I pull up the trinket. I say, this looks familiar.
Sled pulls out his hand. And he pulls out a little gold, it looks like a figurine. It just fits in the palm of his hand, and it looks like it could be a dog or I don't know. But it's a little bit long for a dog, but you don't know what it is. It's really poorly made,
right?
But it looks similar to the sign that was on the side of the.
What that Sled?
This is what I think is part of another Assassins or Thieves Guild up here.
And we walking into
territory, and we're walking into it.
We're walking into it.
Yes.
All right. As Grat draws his great sword.
Okay. So Grat draws his sword.
Not good. Why are we here again?
So Sin, you see Grat pulls his sword.
Sin's gonna tie his morning star to him. I don't want to lose that.
Okay. All right. So it's on you, Sled. What are you doing?
Gonna look for the trap. That's
okay. All right. So you're gonna try to find traps.
Yeah, I'd like to find traps before I set them off.
1 second. Okay, here we go. Oh, okay. So what you notice here is there is some sort of spring mechanism that you can see through where the hinge of the door is. So you can see sort of through it. You don't have enough light to really see how it's in there, but there's definitely a trap behind the door. So you found the trap, but you need a little bit more light from where you're at so you can see how it works.
Lupo, get up.
Does Sin know this?
You see something. You see what's going on there.
I convey this to. I say
convey it to everybody else. Okay, so your thieving skills, you realize that there is a trap there. It looks as if there's some sort of spring mechanism from behind it, and there is a gap in the hinge side of the door that's about yay big.
I got thieving tools.
Would I be able to see it better because of my dark vision?
No,
Okay.
because remember it's not there's no heat to actually see it, so you need some.
It says
kind of
I'd
light.
see in dim light as if it was bright light,
Well, I mean, you could see what the mechanism is through the slat,
but not better than what he.
No,
could
you're not
see
seeing it any
Okay.
better than anybody else. So
Okay.
okay, as of now, the only light that you have in this hallway is the bullseye lantern from Lupo, who's taking it off the mount and has it in front of and coming up to you so you can see what's going on.
Right. Do I see anything better when he brings it closer?
Yes, you see that it is a spring trap of some sorts. You notice that there is, and it's very well made. You're familiar with this kind of trap too.
Oh, okay.
And
I should be able to take it down.
Probably you're going to need to find some way to spring the trap from this side so that it doesn't, because what it's intended to do is you open the door and the trap the spring bar slaps whoever opens the door. So if you can cut that spring, or you can cut that the mechanism that triggers that trap, you can trigger it from that side and then open the door safely.
I got some pittance. Got thieves' tools.
You'll need something about maybe 5 inches long that's flat.
Pinions would not fall.
No, it'd be too thick.
Too thick.
Give me an intelligence check.
15.
15. A dagger would probably do it.
Okay. I'll use my dagger.
Okay.
And is it just I just push it in there and from my knowledge,
You need to put it in, flip.
and that's it? Oh, okay. I thought I'd have to like trigger it or something and not be when
Well,
it
that
happens.
will trigger it.
Oh, okay.
Yes. You want to try? Are you gonna do it?
Can I put the dagger in there? Like just get it jammed but not trigger it yet?
Sure.
Okay. And then I
That's easy enough.
and do I know this? Is this just like what springs open? The entire door?
Not the door. The door will stay shut. It will.
Okay.
The spring bar that's on the back will slap into the door.
We'll slap. That's on the back of the door. I'm a little confused.
So the door's in front of you. Spring bar's in
Yeah.
the back. It slaps this way onto the door.
Okay, so it's only at about my height. Like
Yeah, about where your chest height would be.
okay. So I'm just gonna stick the knife in there.
Right where it would smack you right in the chest.
Does anyone have like a walking stick? Does Gray carry a walking cane?
Well, there is the staff
Lupo.
that Lupo has for the thing.
Lupo has staff.
Give me this. Yeah, give me this thing. So I just put it in there. I duck below it and I just press in with the staff. I press the dagger in towards it.
Okay.
And hopefully trigger it.
Set it off.
Okay. So I need a dexterity check on you.
Don't fuck this up.
Oh, natural 20.
Natural
Nice.
20. You do it easily, and you hear this big crack on the back of the door. And Grot, where were you? Were you beside him?
I was next to Slag.
Next
yes.
one? Okay, I need you to do a dexterity check as well.
Fuck me. All right. +2. Okay, so Natural 1.
A natural 1. Oh, good. Okay. So you're leaning against the door when this happens. And you're going to take 2 points of damage as it shatters the back of the door.
What fuck? Sled?
All right. So as that happens, the door now swings this way and comes back in towards where you guys are. Okay.
Here's my face.
So it swings in, and I need all of you to do a perception check as the door swings in.
24.
10 total.
18.
13.
13? Okay. All of you notice that tacked to the back of the door looks like some sort of card. Like a tarot card of some sorts. Great, you would know.
So I look at it. Do I recognize it? Make a
give me a knowledge check.
Oh, fucking hell. 1, so 4 total.
Okay, it looks like a tarot card or a fortune-telling kind of card. And Sled, give me a knowledge check.
Not wisdom, correct?
Not wisdom, intelligence.
Intelligence. Oh, okay. 11.
11. All right. You know that it is the 3 of Swords card, or its equivalent, anyways, in a tarot card deck.
I convey that it's a 3 of Swords card.
Okay.
Do I know what that is?
Give me a knowledge check. You might know what it is. That's on wisdom.
19 plus 4, 23.
Okay, you have heard that in the Thieves Guild that certain assassins leave calling cards.
Would I know someone who does this within various guilds?
Not in particular, but you know that this is a kind of a tradition or something that happens amongst thieves or assassins.
I convey this to the party. I'm like,
okay,
this is the calling card of an assassin who's been here before.
Okay.
Do you recognize whose it might be?
No, I don't. But we're definitely on some kind of assassin or thieves guild here. It may be best to let me go ahead and everyone go ahead and put away their weapons, but stay behind in case we run into other thieves, and then I might be able to talk my way into things and get information rather than us all busting in there at one time. Plus, I can be sneaky and see if there's anything up ahead.
Sneak around.
Yeah.
Okay.
So was wise.
All right. So what this does is it opens into a hallway passage that looks like it is actually part of the interior of a temple. So you see mold kind of growing on the walls. It's still covered for where you're at. You can't see the ceiling or anything. It looks like that, or you can see the ceiling, but it's covered over. And the hallway, it looks as if the passageway that you just came through was sort of new construction, but now you're in a hallway that looks like it's old construction, like it's the original temple that has been in ruins. So you're right now, you're at a T intersection. You can either go right or you can go left at this point.
I vote right.
You're the one that's in front, so.
Yeah,
where are we going?
I would say we go right.
Why?
Because it's right here.
That make no sense.
Grot, I think there's some cheese down here, though. I smell cheese. Don't you smell cheese, Grot? It's down here.
I'll make a perception check. 7 plus 8.
You smell mold.
No cheese, but smell mold. So close to cheese.
Is Gray's spell still working on detect traps?
It just detected like 120 line of sight. This is past our line of sight from before, so I could cast it again if you'd like.
Yeah, let's do that so we all don't get killed.
I am going to look down the hall to the right and cast Find Traps again.
Okay. You You do not detect any traps that way.
I say that this way seems to be clear,
Cool. I grab Lupo. I said, "Let's go." And we just
which may also indicate that it's not important.
Lupo puts the lantern on there, and he is right behind you, and he's standing next to Gray. But it's enough to see that down about 30 feet from where you're at, it bends again. There's a passageway it bends to the left from where you're at. So you got an idea. Well, let's see. Aldemar would know that would be towards the coast, so that would be towards the east. Okay.
Someone make map of this.
I'm making a map right now.
No,
you're not. Stop lying.
A mental
it's right
map.
Here. No, I'm putting it on Microsoft Paint. Very pretty.
Microsoft Paint.
Okay, so it bends. So the passageway it dog legs basically to the left.
I'll roll a perception check to see if there's any traps or anything that I see. Oops. 22.
22. You do not detect any traps, but you notice barely in the faint light, you can see about 30 feet down the passage, there is another door that is into the wall, and it dead ends, but the door is on the right side of the passageway.
Okay. I gesture everyone to come on, and I walked up to the door.
Okay. The door looks as if it has some carvings in the door, but it looks like some sort of religious carvings, and they have sort of a nautical feel to them. Let's just say there's
I
fish
roll for wisdom or
sure you can roll religion check or knowledge check, either one.
Okay. It was on the edge, so
okay.
12, so 16 total.
Okay, so you realize that this is probably someone's quarters at some point in the past. Anyways, remember these passageways are still kind of dilapidated. They're old, mostly laid stone right here. But the door itself looks like it's old, but it's sturdy enough, and there's an iron handle to it.
Yeah, this may be some sort of chamber based on the runes carved in the door.
Is there any lock on it or anything like that? Roll?
Nope, no lock.
No. Okay.
Not even locked.
I'm gonna check for traps.
Okay. Let's see. Nope, no traps. You're confident there's no traps in it.
All right, I open it. I open the door.
Okay, you open the door. All right. In this room, this room is what you see right now is you can see some like light kind of shining through the ceiling of this room, like it's open to the air. Just little parts of it that are like in the burnt out ceiling. You can see little bits of shafts of light coming through, a little bit of mist, so that you can tell that there's a little bit of drizzle coming down in through it too. But this room is burnt and partially destroyed, much like others throughout the temple. The floor is crowded with debris, and movement is difficult. Okay, there's sagging and collapsed as it is. The ceiling still appears to be somewhat sound. Like I said, there's some holes in the middle, in the top of it. The only thing that you notice that's different about this is that the east wall is different from the other walls. It shows signs of recent construction and upkeep. It is patched with some kind of stucco or some kind of masonry in several places, and on the whole, it seems to be a fairly well-built wall on that side. So when you go in, like I said, it's about a 20 by 20 room that you're in, and the wall that is towards when you open the door, the one that's directly to your left is the one that's been rebuilt.
I say we investigate this wall a little bit more, so everyone take a look at it, see if you can see something we don't see normally.
What is the floor made out of?
There's a lot of debris. There's a lot of burnt timber that's in the middle of it. There was at one point, you could tell there's some kind of rug, like it used to be an ornate rug, but now it's all rotten and kind of eaten away, but that's about it. There's not really much else in here besides that. It smells like kind of musty and moldy from like rain or from from some kind of moisture.
Okay. Is the floor itself solid?
Yes.
Okay.
I just start looking at the wall.
Sin is going to start stocking up on charcoal and bits of.
Okay, you can grab some. There's burnt wood and what looks like it's left over from what was left of the ceiling or what had been burned away prior and at some point. Sled, you go up to the wall. You can see that the masonry or the bricks and everything are fairly recent, and it looks very solid.
Okay, and I can't see anything around the perimeter or anything. It's just a solid wall.
Solid. And it looks as if it has been recently put together and spackled up, I guess.
Okay.
But the rest of the walls look as if they are the original construction of the temple itself.
I speculate to the party. I said, "Well, this is new. I'm wondering if there's something else on the other side, or something they're trying to keep out or keep in." And there's no like hidden door or any kind of like
Nope.
like an aberration. I say, well, I say we backtrack and go down the other hallway.
Is there stuff and pile? You said there's holes in the ceiling. Is there stuff piled up that you could get up to the ceiling, or?
You would have to climb up to the ceiling. It's probably about 30 feet up from where you are right now. But there's no ledges or anything like that. It's the ceiling itself looks as if it's probably one of the few parts of the old temple that is still somewhat intact. And again, it's wood, so.
I'm going to turn around and start walking to the other place.
Go back the other way?
I'm going the other way.
Okay.
Screw you guys, I'm going out.
Okay, so you pass the. I assume everybody's following Sled.
Yeah.
Or do you want to do anything, or you're good?
No, I literally don't care what people are doing.
Okay.
I investigated.
So
I'm now walking. Whether people are following, I'm not even looking back to care.
All right, Sled.
Yeah, not that we're part of a team or anything.
But I'm playing my character. He's a dick.
So Sled,
which is the same as Aaron.
Sled, you get up to you go past where the spring trap was, where you came in.
I thought wasn't there a T intersection? Yeah, a T intersection. So now I'm going the other way. Yeah.
You follow that down for about another 30 feet, and then it dead ends. But as it dead ends, there is another door that is towards the. Let's see, it would be towards the east, so it'll be on your right hand side.
Right hand side. Okay.
All right,
Almar, I'll check the door.
Hold up real quick. Almar, what do you do? You following along?
Yeah, I'm following along.
Okay. Anybody else?
I've got a backup for Sled. Yeah.
Okay. So Lupo, I'm concerned about the light. So Lupo is behind you with the light. He catches up. You guys are at the door, this other door down the opposite way you had come in. And Sled's right there at the door. Again, it looks similar to the one you just saw a little while ago. This one is in much worse disrepair.
I'm still going to check it for traps.
Okay.
For traps, then?
No traps. It looks as if the door handle has been melted, or it has been sort of like distorted a little bit by heat. And the door itself has been charred from this side and likely the other side. And you probably have to force it open a little bit to get through it.
I point that out to the guys. I ask Gray, magic?
I don't have any spells prepared for this sort of thing. Mostly just trying to keep you lot alive. Perhaps Grot and Sin could force the door.
No, I don't mean Matt. It's melted. It's burnt. What do you think?
Oh.
Mage was down here. Melting steel or iron is somewhat impressive.
Ask Sarah.
It could be fireball. Yes, Sarah. Sarah, what do you think of this?
Well, Sarah is looking around. And he says, "This is not magical fire. This is something that has destroyed the previous temple that was here." There's too much damage. There's too much charring for this to have been just one simple fireball. This is probably the result of the damage caused to the temple to begin with.
I look at Grat and say, Grat, you want to bash the door in?
All right. Something to do. Grat board.
Okay, strength check. Go.
All right. Make sure I have my strength correct. Yep. +5. 13 + 5 is 18.
Okay, you push right through it. No, yeah, it practically disintegrates. It's probably been rotten on the inside.
Door open. Any gestures?
Okay. As you open into this passageway, you can still see kind of little shafts of light from above you from the ceiling, but they're very small little holes in the ceiling. A little bit of drizzle comes through, but it's only through just very small holes. And the passageway leads up, let's say from where you're at, it is going towards the east. So it just leads away into darkness from where you're at.
Where you said it's we walk in, left side is we walk into this new room, and the left side would be
you're not in a room right now. This is open.
Oh.
The door opens into another hallway.
Into another hallway. Okay, I'm sorry.
And as Grop opens this thing up, it kind of reverberates a little bit in the hallway, but that's about it.
Announce presence.
Cautiously go forward looking for traps.
Okay.
Be careful.
All right, so Lupo is following up sort of in the middle of where you're at right now. And you travel along this passageway. You don't find any traps along this way. The side of the wall that is towards your right-hand side, you can hear just faint, maybe a little bit of thunder or rain is sort of pattering somewhere on that side. But as you travel about 40, 50 feet down, the passage then doglegs to your right and ends in a door. And there's a little bit, again, it's kind of wet in here. So it's somewhere it's open to the air. You're just not sure where.
Where go? Which way?
You end up at this front door. You see another wooden door, okay? And this one is also charred, very similar to the one that you just bashed in a second ago. It has several boards missing from it. They have, the planks in it are obviously weakened. And the handles, again, are look like they're, and the metal fittings as well, look like they're half melted. And the door appears to be jammed. Beyond the door, through the sort of splintered doors, you can see a little bit of faint kind of grayish light coming through this door. Okay, so who's up front? Sled, you're up front?
I gestured at Grat. Grat smash?
Yes. He.
Okay, so do a perception check.
Grat?
Sled, real quick.
Oh.
23.
Okay, you hear dripping in this room, like water, rain, something pattering.
What here?
From beyond the thing. Now he's getting ready to just push the door in.
I'm sorry. Hang on, I hear water dripping on the other side.
Wet.
Maybe
fish.
No, I'm thinking if there's water dripping, there might be a hole on the other side. Let's see. Maybe pull the door towards us instead of bash through it.
All right. Grat's going to grab the door. If there's a door handle, he'll try to pull toward. Does it hinge wise? Does Grat see that it pulls or pushes?
You can pull or push.
Oh, okay. It's one of those saloon doors, dungeon saloon doors.
Well, it's wedged into the doorway because of it. At some point, it was burned or it was melted.
Gotcha. 8 + 5, 13.
Okay, you push into. Are you gonna? Which way do you want to go? Do you want to push in?
I'll pull it. I'm gonna pull it. Pull it towards me.
Okay, pull it towards you. It opens enough so one person could probably get through. Like Sled could probably get through.
That good enough?
Yeah, it's good enough. So I'm gonna poke my head and see what I can find first.
Something chops your head off.
Okay. You see rain is pouring through the ceiling of this room. And as you look in, you can see that the room beyond it seems like that it's burnt again. The sides of the thing is burnt. The furnishings that were in here are burnt and ruined. You can't really tell. Maybe there was some kind of death, like chairs or something, but there's been smashed. There's a big pile of debris in the center of it, very similar to the other room. The ceiling has collapsed. As you look up, you can see the rain kind of coming through the ceiling at this point. And that's about what you can see from your vantage point right now, because you're just kind of looking around the door.
Is there a floor in front of me?
There is a floor. Yes, it's stone floor, but again, there's debris and charred timbers that are in the center of this. But they're flattened out. It's not like a big pile or anything. They're just from what you can tell. And it's open to the air. So at somewhere along the way, like you can't tell from where you're at, but like you're fairly sure that the ceiling's not there and it's open to the sky.
All right, I'll get through and maybe kind of pull the door open if I can for the rest of the guys.
Okay. You can push on it. Yeah, you go. Go ahead. Give me a strength check. What's your strength on there? What's your strength, guy?
It's horrible.
Strength is
2.
Constitution. Strength is +1. 12.
Okay, so you managed to push from. Grot helped you. So open a little bit further.
Out of the way.
You could probably get one or two. Well, like say Spencer or Sin is a little bit big, so he have to go by himself. But you guys can get in through the door now, fairly easy. So, what are you doing, Sled? Are you going into the room at this point after you pushed it open?
Yeah, gingerly, looking around. I'll do a perception
Grot, you're
check.
behind. What are you doing?
He's going to sheath his sword at this point, obviously.
Okay.
So no sense having that flying around trying to, there's nothing here, so stab anybody. He's going to look around.
Okay, as you get in, what are you doing? Aldemar, you're next.
Since I'm in the back, I still have my sword. It's still in my. I've had my hand
on the sword. Okay.
On the sword.
All right, Sin, what are you doing? You see all this going on ahead of you?
I'm going to go through, but as I go through, I'm going to try to rip it. I'm going to just try to rip the door completely
Push
out.
it back. Okay, so you easily push it, and right now it's a bunch of pile of sticks, basically. Okay, so are you going in as well?
I'm going to go in. Yeah.
Okay, and then Gray, you and Lupo are right. Well, you're in front of Aldemar, but you're next. So do you want to go in?
I cautiously look in and I look up around. Can I see anything through the openings in the ceiling?
You can see that there is a ledge along the top of the. It looks like there might have been another story above this one, and so there's some kind of ledge. Something has collapsed into, like, whatever the timber was, collapsed into this room. And so there's what you see is kind of like, I'll just describe it for you. So the ceiling has collapsed for the most part, and it's revealing another chamber that's above, like a second floor. Okay, so about 5 feet of the ceiling still remains around the edges of the top of this room, which is about 10, 12 feet.
Okay, 10, 12 feet
up. So at the wall, and then it forms a narrow, jagged ledge on that edge. Okay, and then above that, you can see sort of the wood beams where the water or the ceiling is open to the sky, and it's sort of coming through.
Okay.
The floor is littered with the beams and plaster, ash, and unknown pieces of junk. The air is filled with odor of rot.
No cheese.
Like rotting wood or rotting bodies?
Do a perception check, and Sin, do a perception check.
Okay. 13 total.
It smells pretty foul to you, Gray.
Dirty 20, 18 plus 2.
A dirty 20. Okay. It smells like rotten meat to you, Spencer. Aldemar, you're at the very tail end of this right now, so you're not quite in the door just yet.
Not quite.
And so Lupo's right behind you, Gray. Sled, you're up front. What are you doing? You're looking up at the ceiling. You see what looks like about a 5-foot ledge coming in from the edges of the ceiling. The room itself is about about 30 by 40. So 30 wide by 40 long.
Okay, and is there a door or anything at the other end of this room?
Yes.
Or
you can see a door that is on the end of, it looks like it's behind a pile of beams, but you can see what looks like at least the archway of a door, and you're pretty sure that there's a door on the far end of the room.
But otherwise, above me, there's part of the ceiling from the second.
It looks like there was another another room, like another story to the to where this room is.
And how high up is that floor/ceiling that's above me?
It is roughly 12 feet, maybe.
Okay.
You estimate 12, 15 feet above you.
And is there a like actual floor above that? Like the structure was maintained, or is it just
you can't tell? You can't tell from this vantage point from where you're at.
I say, hey, Grot, can you lift me up on your shoulders and have me stand so I can see what's on top of the ceiling?
Okay. So Grad will help Sled up.
Okay, so you're doing that. Sin, I need you to do a perception check.
Okay. And who's shit check?
16.
Okay. You detect something is moving above you right now. Now, Grot and you guys don't realize, you haven't told these guys nothing, but you realize there's something that's moving, maybe a beam shifted above you. Drew, give me a perception check as well.
8.
You have a bad feeling about this.
I have a bad feeling about this.
I kind of put a hand on Lupo's chest and we step back a little bit closer to the door where Eldamar is.
Okay. As Sled is being lifted up to the top of the ceiling here, because Grot's fairly tall, as you're coming up over the top of the ledge.
Oh no.
You're kind of pulling yourself up to see what you can see, and right in front of you, you see the face of what looks like this just desiccated. Do you ever see The Witcher when the whatever those things were, the undead were coming after him in that one part right there where it's just like there's this big gnarly ass teeth.
Sort of like a crypt keeper kind of thing.
Yeah, something like that. But they look as if they are undead humans with very sharp teeth and very yellow eyes, and it hisses at you. And 8 of these things jump down into the center of this room, and the one that's right in front of Sled tries to take a bite out of you.
Oh, jeez.
What fuck?
It's almost okay. You managed to pull yourself back a little bit, so he misses at you, and I need you to do a dexterity check right now.
16.
Okay, you managed to get yourself flop back down, and now you're kind of piggyback, or you've got your legs over the top of Grot's shoulders right now. You're kind of like doing this. And Grot's trying to hold you, and had he not put his sword away, you would probably be in a heap of trouble right now. So now you guys are kind of like this.
Whoa.
Okay, and you see what look like you see what are look like grayish humanoids. They have very long, elongated talons. They have very long, elongated heads as well, but also very elongated teeth. And they're looking at you, and they lunge for you, and they lunge for Gray at this point.
I think I'd like to freak out a little bit.
You guys are most definitely surprised, and so 2 of them launch at Spencer. One manages to scratch you across the chest, and the other misses you. Gray, let's see, you're a little bit far back, so I'm just gonna get one on you. So you manage to manage to dodge a claw that comes at you.
Yeah.
Lupo goes, ah!
And runs away.
Okay, great.
Do I
I need
take
to
any
do
damage
a
from that?
knowledge check really quickly.
Okay.
Easy knowledge check.
Oh, fuck. 6.
Okay.
What the fuck?
Even with this, okay, you don't know exactly what they are, but you do know they are undead.
All right.
Jesus.
Okay.
Is it my turn to do stuff yet? Or?
Not yet. Aldemar, you are not surprised because you're the last one in the room and you see all this going down. Okay. As you see this, you see 8 of these things jump down from the ceiling, from the ledge on the ceiling. 2 of them are going for Sin right now. One of them managed to get one swipe at Gray. And you see Grot and Sled doing this.
Acrobatics.
And it looks as if there's 2 of them that are kind of like are wondering what the hell's going on, and they're going to attack. They're posing to attack them here in just a moment. In between these, you see that 6 of these look about the same, but 2 of them look a little bit larger and a little bit more, let's just say, stout and more heavily built than the others.
So how big are these?
What's that? Go ahead, Aldemar.
How big are these things? Like comparison?
The 2 larger ones are about the size of Sin, so they're pretty large. The other ones look as if they are about maybe 5 foot 7, 5'9", somewhere around there,
Aaron
like
Clark's
average
son.
height of a human. The other ones, the 2 are bigger though. They're about 6 foot tall, maybe a little bit. How tall is Sin, anyways?
6'7". He's
6'7". They're just under his size. They're about 6'4", 6'5".
Well, since I'm at a distance from him, I'm going to pull out my bow and knock an arrow, and then fire at one of the 2 large ones.
Okay, which kind of arrow?
Good question.
Kind of kills.
The kind that kills, yeah. No, the one from Guardians of the Galaxy, right? The one that just automatically,
The magic ones.
Yeah, that one.
No, just a regular arrow, aiming for their, chest area, ideally where the heart is.
Okay. Do you want to aim? Because I'll give you 2 actions.
Okay.
From where you're at, you can, because you were not surprised by all of this. Only these guys were surprised.
Especially Aaron.
Okay, so if you want to aim, I'll give you a bonus for aiming, or you can fire 2 normal from the hip kind of thing.
I'm gonna aim.
Okay. Now from here on out, you're gonna have to tell me what your ammunition you're gonna use, because you have 8 plus 2 arrows, and the rest of them are the 20 you have are normal.
Okay. All right.
What'd you get?
Roll the 1.
Roll the 1. Well, technically that's 5, so you didn't flub. So it goes sailing past it. You're still you're overcome by the scent of these things. They reek to high heaven.
Okay. So it's my turn up. Organized.
Yes, you're now up. I'm going to have you guys now do initiative. So let's roll initiative and go. Let's go around the table here. Go, Grot.
6.
All right.
Yes, I rolled a 4. Fuck. Rolling the Aaron Clary dice now.
All right.
It's time for a new
Go ahead,
one.
go.
Bueller.
Yes.
Bueller.
You need to roll initiative. Go.
Oh, sorry.
Jesus Christ.
Do we add a modifier to this?
Yes.
I'm trying to look up
It's at
Dexterity.
the top of your
there it
sheet
is.
next to your armor class.
16.
16. Okay. And Sin, go.
4. He's super
Big
surprised.
4. Fuck, put these up here. Okay. And Aldemar, you can roll initiative, although you'll be coming around on the back side of it. So go ahead and roll.
Oh, fuck.
Rolled a 2. One second.
Roll a 2.
Is that a 2?
We're doing great, aren't we? Okay.
I also
So
got 2.
you got 2 as well?
So I got it. So the total for me is a 6.
6.
We
Okay.
suck.
My total is 2. I've got 0.
How do you roll a 0?
So I don't have anything else for dexterity. I've got
So you
My
just straight up
zero is
roll.
my dexterity
All
bonus.
right, so you are dead. You're dead ass last, is what you are.
Yeah.
And okay, so
I'm
they look a
old.
little shocked. They don't know exactly what's going on with Grot and Sled at this point.
Probably to our advantage.
So let's see. That's going to be Sled. You rolled 16, right?
Yep.
Okay, you're up first. You're on top of Grot's.
Get off!
Yeah. I obviously I get off.
Okay, dexterity check. Go.
Oh Christ! Here we
Action
go.
1.
Dexterity. 13.
13. Okay, you managed to sort of roll back off of him and get down on kind of like do the superhero drop. Okay. Yeah, one more action. What are you going to do?
One more action. So just so I know, the ceiling above me, I saw one of those. And so if the ceiling is like, if we go from this, here's the end of the ceiling. We're down here. I'm going to push Grot back. I say, get back.
Okay.
And back him up and say, do I recognize these things, Rolo?
You can do a knowledge check. You get high, you'll be all right.
10.
Okay. You do know that they're undead of some sorts, and they smell absolutely like open grave horrid.
Okay. I just say we're getting under attack. We're under attack by undead. Get back, and they're gonna come off the ceiling.
All right, Grat will draw a sword.
Okay, so that's Sled, and who's next? I got both of you guys here. So then Grat, you're next. Go.
All right, so Grat draws his greatsword.
Okay.
He's going to try. What's the closest one next to him?
That's a free action for you. So go ahead. You can draw.
All right, so he's draws his greatsword and he's going to attack the closest undead thingy.
Okay, so
and he gets to it.
The closest one is the one that just dropped down that was right in front of Sled when he backed up off of it.
All right, he's going to go after that one. So he's got a +8 with the greatsword and he gets 2 attacks. He's going to use his action. So 15 and a 27.
Okay. So the 15 cuts, 27 is pretty much going to kill it, but go ahead and roll your damage just to see.
That's going to be funny.
Unless you roll really low.
2d6 + 8 because I have the +1 sword. 3, 4, 5, 8, 15.
Okay, 15. That's your damage. Okay, you basically split that one in half from here to, and he
Kingdom
just
Come.
And you hear it kind of shriek really loud as it dies, and it as you kill it, it releases kind of like a gas that smells really, really bad. Now you don't have to take a save or anything, but they just reek to high heaven.
Great, used to that.
You managed to kill one of these, the normal sized, or the human sized ish ones.
Have you smelled Grat fart?
Yeah,
it used to. Me used to it. So, and Grat bellows. He's victorious. He gives a victorious bellow. He's looking around for the next enemy.
Aldemar, you come back on the backside. So Sin, you're up. Sin, at the scratch across your chest, I need you to make a Constitution check.
+6, 17.
Okay, 17. It feels kind of scratchy. And you know how like when you get like when you sleep wrong on your hand, you get the pins and needles. Kind of feels like that on your chest, but you still have your mobility. So what you still have? You've got 2 actions right now. So what do you want to do?
I think I'd like to freak out a little bit.
Okay. Do you want to Hulk up, or what do you want to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna Hulk up.
Okay, so that's one action. You guys notice that that Sin kind of gets a little like he gets agitated or something, and he looks like he's kind of shaking a little bit, maybe not really convulsions, but like just sort of like shuddering at this point. So
like Hulk Hogan at that point in every match where he starts getting
he starts shuddering. You kind of see his hands get a little bit, like you can see the nails on his hands start to extend a little bit. His facial features kind of like bend, and you can hear kind of like these cracks as he kind of looks like he's changing into something. and you're not really sure what, but he kind of starts to give off a sort of an animal odor as he does this. So you are in your controlled mode right now, Sin. So what do you want to do?
I'm gonna.
There's
two in
and
front
there
of
looks
me,
like
right?
a third is coming up on you at this point.
Any of them bigger than? Or are they all the same
Well, there's
size?
two in the back that look like they look like they're lining up for you at some point.
Out of the ones that are close to me.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go for the one that's in front.
Okay, so there's you can get like with one action you could get 2 attacks on them.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
So first one is a 11.
Okay.
And the second one is a 15.
Okay, so you managed to hit with both of those. So go ahead and give me some damage for them.
Okay, so one. So the first one does 11.
Okay.
And the second one does 12.
Okay, that's enough to kill both of those guys. So you end up just kind of just crushing down on these two, and pushing them down into the ground. They stop moving. Again, you hear this kind of gas comes up from them as they kind of like just sort of deflate under your claws.
He just lets out a huge growl and
Mhm.
just looks for the next one coming.
Okay, now, Gray. Now it's my turn. So you've got 2 of them lined up on you at this point. So 3 are down, and you've got 2 lined up on you, and there's two big ones in the back, and there's one in front of Sled. So let's see. Okay, one of them misses you, and Lupo tries to smack it with the staff with the lantern on it, and one managed to scratch you as well. So it comes across. It missed on the bite, but it got you with the claw. So So the claw is going to do just 1 point of damage, but I need you to take a Constitution check from that.
Okay, and let's see, Constitution, my bonus. Okay, so my total roll is 12.
Okay. So you also begin to feel across like your shoulder where it caught you. Your shoulder kind of goes to sleep on you a little bit. So you're kind of like it wasn't so. It was only 1 point of damage. So it was only just a minor scratch on you, but it seems like your arm is going to sleep on that side.
Mm.
Do me a knowledge check now.
Okay, 16.
Okay, these are ghouls.
Okay.
Or what you would call ghouls, anyways. You also know that they have paralysis.
Okay.
As you're learning right now. So,
yes.
And now you may go.
I recognize it, and it occurs to me. And I am going to channel divinity and do turn undead. And the turn undead would also destroy any creature with a CR of half or less. Although I don't think they count for. I can't remember. Anyways, for the channel undead. Any undead within 30 feet would have to make a DC 15 wisdom save or be turned for 1 minute or until damage. So I channel the light of Palor. I shout, by the Sun Father. The Sun Father compels you.
Not that compelling.
Foul creatures. So turn undead.
Turn undead. Go for it. Oh, so you're doing that. I got to save on those.
They've got to make a 15 DC. I think, is it wisdom? I think it is. Yeah, each one has to make a DC 15 wisdom save or be turned for 1 minute.
Okay, the 2 that were in front of you turn. They go. They start to crawl back away from you, And they actually are moving a little bit more towards Sled, but they don't realize he's there. They're trying to get away from the light of your holy symbol, which you need to present to them to get
with the non-scratched arm.
right. Okay. Now the two big ones in the back. Now you pretty much have taken care of most of the well, let's see, except for the one that's on that is on Spencer. There's one on, or no, sorry. There's one on Sled. So there's one there. And then there are the two big ones in the back. Do me a knowledge check real quick, Gray. One more for the big ones in the back.
Okay, 19.
Okay, those two are ghasts.
Oh, okay.
All right, so they stink to high heaven, and that might be something you need to worry about. You also know that they have paralysis, but they also have a really bad foul scent to them, and they're a little bit bigger and a bit nastier. So with that said, those two that were on you back up off, and they're kind of retreating from you. That prompts an attack of opportunity from Sled and Grot. If you want to take you got a free licks on these guys that are the two ghouls that are backing away from Gray.
Yeah. I'll attack with my rapier.
18 for Grat with his greatsword.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What do we add? We add our attack bonus, right?
21. Okay, both of you guys managed to hit,
21.
and let's do some damage. Grot, you're probably going to kill one of them, but roll for me anyways. 4 points of damage. Okay,
4 points of damage.
That one you smacked is still alive, but it's looking pretty shabby.
17 points.
So, okay, the one you hit with your greatsword basically collapses under your
death.
Okay. So we got one wounded. We got all the rest are dead except at this point, except for the two big ones in the back right now. They are now they're aiming for Spencer. They're looking for Sin at this point. So let's
max to grind.
Okay. Okay, I got a natural 20 on one of those.
Son of a bitch.
And the other one missed entirely. So let's.
Okay.
8. So it's not the it's not the attacks that hurt you on these. So you Sin, you're going to take 6 points of damage.
Okay.
From the one that got you, and I need you to make a Constitution check.
23.
Okay, so you pass that one for paralysis. So you just take the damage on this one. Again, you just feel when it grazes you, it feels like, again, like pins and needles, as if you're like slept on your arm wrong or something like that. Okay, and now Aldemar, you're still in the back. You have 3 actions from where you're at because you were coming around back to you. So.
All right, I'm gonna shoot one of those special arrows at +2.
There you go.
Right.
Good man.
Don't fail me now. Come on, baby. Does that count?
There you go. That's okay.
All right.
If you can't hit a table, how the hell is your character hitting anything?
11 plus 4, right? So 15.
So 15.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so that one hits. Now you're are you trying to hit the one that's already wounded or the big ones that are on top of Sin right now?
The big one that's on top of Sin right now.
Okay, so that's good enough to hit one, but don't fumble because he's right in front of you in attack. So you did hit that one. You got 2 more actions left. Give me the damage on that.
So just roll for damage?
Yep, just for that one.
Do I use any of the other die?
No, well, you use a magic arrow, so +2, and what is it? It's
Spear magic helmet.
It's 1d6 +2.
Okay.
On those ones.
8.
Okay, so you managed to put 8 points. Wow, it's pretty good. Okay, so you put 8 points of damage on him. Still going at it. It's got an arrow sticking in it. It kind of like screeches a little bit and starts to grab at it.
Does his dexterity modifier get added to that for an attack with a bow?
Not for the damage. You can't push the arrow in any harder than you can.
Would it be possible for me to, in a single move, put away my bow, pull out my long sword, and just stab him?
You could do that. Yeah.
Or I'm going to do that. What do I roll for? Just damage?
Okay. So yeah, you could do that. Oh well, you're gonna have to attack with the sword. So.
Nice. Rolled a 19 plus.
Good enough. Good enough.
Plus 2, yeah, or plus 5.
Give me so it's you're just a regular longsword, so that's D8. Go ahead.
Okay.
Give me the damage on that one.
6. Roll the 6.
Okay, so you've done 14 points to it. So okay, it's definitely been phased by what you've done. It looks like it's wounded. Now, as you get closer enough to attack it, you need to make a Constitution check because it stinks like crazy right now.
It's like a Portuguese cat house.
Yeah.
So Constitution. So
Crack,
16.
What's that?
16.
16. And what is your Constitution?
So I rolled a 15 plus 1.
Yeah, and your Constitution is
That's 13.
13. Okay, so you're good. Yeah, okay. So you like feel like you're gonna like hurl, but you managed to push it down. Okay, let's do this again. I need let's see who's next in line. That Grat, you're up.
All right. So he's looking around for one of these large fuckers. Does he see one?
Okay, both of them are on top of Sin. They're trying to get him, except for the one that is now paying attention to the ranger.
All right. The ranger's busily engaged. I'll let him handle it. I'm gonna take one of the.
There's one that is at. It looks like it's about halfway dead. The one that Sled managed to hit with his rapier.
Oh, all right.
Well, the
Is
one
that
that was turned by Drew.
Gotcha. Is it one of the larger ones?
No, so that one's the regular size one. There's one half dead regular size one, and then there's two big ones.
I'm gonna go after one of the two big ones.
Okay,
And I'm gonna take two.
So, okay,
great,
one's at full strength. The other one is looks like it's halfway there.
All right, and then use my greatsword attack.
Okay, so which one are you attacking? The one that's near Aldemar, or the one that's like engaged with Spencer right now, with Sin right now?
So the one that Aldemar hit is damaged, and he's one of the big ones, right?
Yes.
All right, I might as well just finish him off.
Okay.
So I'm Grat's gonna rush in, and then two overhand swipes.
Okay.
Conan style.
You got it.
One is a critical miss, and the other is 19.
19. So you managed to hit with the 19. The critical miss, though, I need you to take a Constitution check.
Son of a bitch. Shit. It's my Constitution. Well, +3. Okay. Sweet. 15.
15. Okay. You're okay. They stink like spoiled rotten cheese.
Like I said, it's like my farts.
Yes.
All right, so we got
all right.
2
So you did manage to hit with that one as you were going in.
All right. 6 plus 5 is 11.
Okay. That
plus
one
7. So it's
okay.
18 points.
That one collapses. That one also really
fuck you.
Gas. And you already took your check, and so did Aldemar. So you guys are okay. All right.
You're all clear, Aldemar.
Next up is Sin. Go for it. What are you doing?
So how many actions do I have?
Now you have 3. So
I'm going to action surge.
okay.
So that would give me 4.
Okay.
Nice.
And I'm going to punch as many times as I can.
4 times.
So do you want me to, like, I've got 2 that are within my range of the.
Well, you had to. One's dead now because Grot cut it in half.
So I'll go after the big guy that was still alive.
Okay.
So I'm just going to hit him.
Undamaged, so you might want to go to work on him.
Yeah, I'm just going to hit him 4 times.
Okay, let's do it.
Freak out. So that's a 16, a 15, a 7, and a 23.
All right, 23 hits, 15 hits. I need you to roll a Constitution check because I want to make sure that you're roll a Constitution check at +2 because you're in your beast mode right now.
17.
Okay, so you're still good. Okay, so you got 3 in and with the punches. So go ahead and roll damage for those.
All right, so it'd be 8, 9, 10, so 19, 27.
27. Okay, you managed to kill this one outright with those.
Nice.
So you tear this guy down. Right now, you have a big stinking pile of gassed flesh in front of you, and the rot that you were smelling before is like overwhelming you. But as it is right now, the water that's pouring through from the rain through the ceiling is kind of calming some of that down, washing some of that away. And you guys all look behind you and you see Lupo going behind you guys, freaking out.
So we slowly turn and look behind us.
Yeah. Okay. So he kind of calms down a little bit because he's never seen anything like this, and he's scared to death of Sin, who now looks like a half man, half beast. He looks like he's got more hair that's kind of grown out of him. His face is a little bit more elongated. His hands look a little bit longer as well, and his ears definitely look longer. That he's something else right now. He's turned into something else. Okay, so let's do this. Sled, what do you want to do?
I'll hack at the guy that I hacked at before.
Well, you already killed. Oh yeah, he's still going.
He's still going. Yeah, grab one after the big guy.
There you go.
All right. 11.
Okay, that's enough to hit. Give me damage for him. Because he was
9.
Okay, that's enough to kill. That puts that guy down as well. And you don't have to take a constitution check from that one because he was just a regular dude.
Right. What remains? Just one?
Nope. All they're
dead. All right,
you managed to kill all of the undead. Drew did real good with the turning of the undead, and that is that.
I just yell out, winning point.
Finishing move.
I checked Lupo.
Okay, yeah, you calm down, Lupo. Okay, because he's a little afraid. He's got his hammer out like he was going to smack whatever came close to him. Okay, so I'm gonna. You know what? We'll end it here, but I want to know what you guys are going to do at this stage.
I'm going to see if anybody is badly injured and needs healing.
Maybe take a short rest.
The only people who've taken any real damage has been Sin right now, but he seems to have some kind of resilience to this. It didn't really get him all that bad.
Okay.
I'm going to maybe look outside because I can climb walls. I'm going to look outside, figure out where we are relative to the rest of this city.
Okay, so you want to go back? You want to climb back up to the ledge again? You
can do that. Or just a wall that, just to kind of see where this hallway essentially
is. You climbing back on Grad again? Jesus Christ.
No, I have climb wall. I forgot I had that as
you can climb walls, yeah. Let me make sure you don't slip, or you probably won't, but let's just see in case. Now you're good. Okay, so as you pull yourself up over the ledge, you can just sort of see out from where you are. You're in the second story of what looks like a cloister or something like that, like part of the temple itself. You can see people, just let's say from where you would be, I guess it would be the east, through that east wall, just through the holes that are in that east wall, you can sort of see, well, definitely it's raining pretty good through the ceiling. And you can see that there are no ships in the harbor or in the out on the docks right now. There's nothing out in it seems fairly quiet out in the
but I know where this hallway is now relative to the city, that if I'm out in the city, I can recognize the structure of the buildings. Like, okay, that's where we were. So I know where I am.
So let's say, okay, so from your vantage point, if you look towards, let's say from where you're looking towards the left wall, so I guess that would be the east wall. You can see where you had come in. It's high enough a vantage point that you can see where you had come in from that side of the wall on that side.
Okay.
I need you to do a perception check as well while you're up there.
15.
Okay. You notice amongst some of the debris and the upstairs, the collapsed upstairs, you see some like what look like body parts up there, like maybe some hands or something, like they've been gnawed upon by the ghouls. Of course, that's what they eat. But amongst them, you see attached to one of the hands, it looks like there is a ring attached to one of the hands. And you see a couple of things that you think might be shiny in the debris itself.
I'll grab, I don't know, some piece of wood that has fallen down and kind of clean it up.
Poke it around. Okay, so there's definitely a ring on sort of a severed hand, a gray severed hand, and it looks fairly shiny considering it's attached to a dead body hand. You also notice that there is a bottle of some sort that's up there, and you notice that there are, what you can see, it looks like there's 4 gems up there.
Okay. Well, I kind of, get as much gunk off of it as I can, but I'm
some of the debris of the victims of the ghouls that were up here.
Right. I'll take the gems, the ring, and the potion or the bottle of whatever it is.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll get my hands dirty.
Okay. Yeah, they're filthy and it stinks to high heaven, but you managed to get that off. So you now have a ring of some sort. You have got what looks like a potion bottle of some sort, and you have 4 gems. Do an intelligence check for the gems real quick.
Intelligence 13 plus 15.
Okay, you figure they're probably worth about 500 gold pieces a piece.
The gems?
Yes.
Okay. And that's all I find up out there?
That's all you managed to find
okay.
while you're up there.
I hop down and I say, "Hey, Aldemar, how you doing?" I kind of pat him on the back and off.
Nothing up here.
Nothing up here.
All right. So Sled spent quite a bit of time up there rummaging around.
Jesus Christ.
So I'll let him tell you if he wants to tell you something. If not, then that's fine too.
No, I'm not going to tell him anything.
I didn't think you would.
Sled, do you find anything?
Yeah, just a bunch of food that the ghouls were eating on. It's pretty gross up there. I grab Grot, whatever you do, don't go up there. It's actually very bad. Just wipe the rest of it. So.
You fucking prick.
That's my turn. I don't know.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to leave it there, guys. We've been going at this for about 2.5 hours. I know you guys. Yeah. One of you guys has to go right now.
I got to get up at 3 o'clock. I got to get up in 4 hours for my flight. So.
Oh, there you go. Well, that's great. We'll pick it up from here on the next time we get together. I don't know when you guys want to do it, in a couple weeks or whenever.
Another 2 weeks or so. I got to check the schedule, but I think mid-October will be fine. Yeah.
Okay. We'll check the DMs. Hope you guys enjoyed this.
Absolutely, this is fun.
We're getting into it right
fun.
here. This is going to be the cool part. So
cool. All right, everyone. So this has been another live stream Masculine Geek D&D session, and we're going to just quickly go through. Anyone have anything they want to plug before we sign off?
Rule 0 on Saturday at 11:30 a.m. It's going to be on Eastern time. It'll be on John from Modern Life Dating's channel.
Cool. That's Aaron. I know you got to run. So anything you want to plug?
Starting on the 25th, my seminar on minimalism will be open for enrollment for 5 days. And
I'll have a review for that soon too. So
thank you.
Absolutely.
For the low price of $500, and everyone buy it a dick if you don't like the price. There you go.
It's I've known Aaron for a while, and Aaron's a good guy, and his course is legit. Actually very, very good. So
it pains you to say that, doesn't it?
It does. You can just tell I'm biting my tongue like, but it's really good. It's good stuff. You'll learn a lot, and it's worth your money and investment.
If you're spending more than you make already.
Correct. Yes. Spencer, anything you want to plug?
No, I'm good. But
I
got a pretty boring full week coming up. So.
Yeah, your beer.
Yeah, no. I got nothing. I got a very. It's very nice to have a couple boring weeks coming up. It'll be a nice rest. So
cool. Fantastic. TJ, anything for you?
TJMartinell.com. Buy my books. Just do it.
There
All
you
right,
go.
no, it's good stuff. Get it.
TJ's books are good. Yes, I can vouch for that. And Drew, last but not least, what would you like to say?
Same thing, bay.com. Buy my books. Also, this weekend, I'm planning to announce the beginning of a online video training course, body weight stuff that you can do at home, so that if your gyms are closed down, or if your city ends up having riots and you can't go anywhere, you can stay in. Basically, the course is going to be called Harder to Kill. The whole point of all of it with the body weight and everything is to allow people to continue to train under really shitty conditions with emphasis on application for emergency preparedness, combat, all that sort of fun stuff. And I'll be talking about that in the newsletter if people want to subscribe. Or they can follow me on Twitter. I'll mention it there too.
Fantastic. Excellent. And everyone follow the Masculine Geek Instagram, follow the Masculine Geek Twitter at Masculine Geek 1. And we will see you next time. Keep the fires going, keep the lead flying down range, and watch the Twitter feed for the next Dungeons and Dragons live stream announcement. And what?
Always check for traps.
Always check for traps, you son of bitches. And don't split the party. Fuck.
Yes.
All right. Good night, everyone. And we'll see you this weekend for the Masculine Geek Village by the Lake adventure. So, signing off.